Good morning, geeks and gamers. Welcome to Geeks and Gamers Daily, the daily stream.
That's right, 100%. It is the daily stream. We finally got it right. I wasn't expecting you to get it right. It's the daily stream here on Geeks and Gamers, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern.
Does it take place every day, every month, every week, every year? Oh, I did week mess it up. Every day, every week, every month, every year, every decade, every century.
I don't think we can say that yet.
Well, what's what we want it to do?
I don't want it to go for a century. Are you fucking
Why not?
kidding me?
It's doing well.
No, well, first of all, I'm not going to live past the age of 50. Probably because I'll get killed in a fast food drive-through or something. But
Okay, that's
no,
fair.
it's doing well. It's doing great. We love it. But I'm not committed for a century. All right, not yet.
Okay. Well, at least till tomorrow. Can you commit through tomorrow?
I can commit through the week. I mean,
Okay.
I'll
All
give
right.
you a week of
Okay.
commitment.
All right. We got something to work with here. Ryan.
Yeah.
I made a video.
I heard a rumor that that's what you're supposed to do on YouTube. In fact.
Yeah, I made a video and I'm happy about it. Somebody in the comments, they're like, Jeremy doesn't make a video for 3 months, decides to make his return at 2 a.m. in the morning.
For Black Little Mermaid.
Just random 2 a.m. upload. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. It is Memorial Day, though, Ryan. It is Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day.
Well, thank you very much, Jeremy. Feels good. Memorial Day weekend is a time where everybody goes out there, they grill, they celebrate all these things, but also you got to take time to remember why you're able to do those things. Of course, it's because of all the people that made the ultimate sacrifice to keep this country free. And as much as our freedoms are under attack daily, as we see at the end of the day, when you look back at the course of history, a lot of brave men laid down their lives so that you can go and have a barbecue today. So just keep that in mind, but still at the same time, have a happy Memorial Day.
Yes, a very happy Memorial Day, and thank you to all those who served. You're not going to get a have a fun long weekend or whatever. The brave and stunning vice president. Enjoy the long weekend, everyone. Yeah. Enjoy the long weekend. What a disaster she is, but that's not for this show right here. This show, we don't focus in on diversity hires in politics. We focus on diversity hires in Hollywood. That's what we focus on around here, the important issues. Shout out to the 199 and see all of you in the chat. Welcome to Geeks and Gamers Daily. So this is our weekly show every day. Every month of every year, it's a long dance. But anyway, we talk about the latest topics in the entertainment world here, and we've got a lot to talk about today. I unfortunately did see The Little Mermaid, and I blame all of you in the chat because I legit was not going to go see it. The first time we voted for it, you guys, because you love me, you said, no, Jeremy, don't subject yourself to that. The second time, I feel the vote was swayed a little bit because there's this guy named Gary who apparently has a YouTube channel and a few people like him. And he ended up in the chat. And then, people were asking, hey, you should go see it. And I was like, I'm not seeing it. And I was like, fine, we'll poll the chat. And Gary swayed. 2 a.m. dump right there, mail in ballots. Suddenly, boom, there it was. And I think it was 69% said I had to go see it. And I saw it and I regret it. I hated it. I hated it more than Ryan. That says a lot, but I did. I despised it. It's one of the worst movies I've seen. I think hated it.
It's obviously really bad. I did expect it to be the worst thing I'd ever seen. That was my anticipation going in. I didn't feel that way. But it was obviously a bad movie. Yes, you fucking really hated the movie. I heard you started a fight. I heard you started a fight in a theater because of it.
Yeah. I didn't do nothing wrong. Okay, so I don't know what you heard, Ryan, but didn't do nothing wrong for me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I didn't do nothing wrong. So. Not at all. While you're looking that up, we got a $25 super chat from Michael Tannen. Says, hey, that is all. Michael just said, hey, that is all. Well, thank you for the $25 super chat. We appreciate that. I am not a banana. Says, how much more punishment can Disney take? clearly a little bit more, apparently. I saw Kratos Disciple has become a new member, and Kratos Disciple was dropping gifted memberships on D-Day Cobra last night for our gaming stream. So shout out to you. Welcome over here. What do you
this is what happened actually when Jeremy was in the theater. He might not have told you guys about this.
I'll show you shit. I don't care if you take my motherfucking daughter home. But won't you? I'ma ask you right. In front of my daughter. I'ma ask you right. You know, disrespectful. You know that, bitch. Don't tell me in front of my daughter.
Oh, I need a refund on my ticket. No.
The Little Mermaid, everyone. The magic of Disney.
No, listen, I'm gonna. You guys know we hold each other accountable here. I'm calling Ryan out. Okay, I'm calling Ryan out because Ryan. This is at Ryan's screening. Okay, and he's trying to manipulate this. This is doctored. Can we get a community note on this? Because he stopped recording this right before someone yelled, "This is MAGA country."
Yeah.
You're trying to spin this story, Ryan, making it seem like it's not white supremacy when clearly this is white supremacy striking again. All right. This was MAGA country, Ryan.
Well, whatever it is about like being early is like white supremacist or whatever articles going around. No fucking lie. In my screening, 3 families walked in while the movie was already fucking going. Like I don't have to say anymore. Okay.
I sense some I don't know, some type of hidden messaging when you said families. The way you said family.
Just saying, like it was like, man, it's weird. Sometimes life is a reflection of memes. You're like, what the fuck? Well, here we go.
Oh man, at the end of the day, it's just nonsense, man. This is the second time there was another one too. I think there was a second argument.
I actually
but
wonder,
the other one was,
to be honest with you, I wonder if it's the same. Here, I'll show you. I actually wonder a little bit whether it's the same because, and I'll tell you why. Here's the other one. Fight broke out during Little Mermaid. That's all you really get to see, right? But this is after they've turned the lights on. Obviously, people are like clearing out of the theater.
Yeah,
Under the Sea is like actively playing right here, and this one is a little bit before Under the Sea. That's why I wonder. And maybe if they like they were just like turn the fucking lights on after all the fighting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of my guess, but I don't know.
But yeah, the discussion around the Little Mermaid, it's going to be wild for sure. Neanderthal for 50 says bouncing soon to go boating. Hope you all have a great day. Appreciate what you do. Thank you, Neanderthal. Appreciate that. I hope you have a fun day boating. That sounds awesome. I envy you. I would love to be out on the water with no internet connection. I'm just enjoying the world and life and being away from, all the nonsense that Hollywood's giving us. But we appreciate your support, and I hope you have a great day. That sounds like a lot of fun. So, and it's just the Little Mermaid. Where do we start? I mean,
we might as well just start with the box office, to be honest with you.
Yep. Let's start with that. Let's just get right into it. Now again, so I've been saying for the weeks leading up to this film, I've been saying I think it's going to make good money. I think that it has potential to make money. I didn't think it would make $1 billion, but I did think that this movie has potential to at least do something decent, and the media can put a positive spin on it. We did see the domestic returns, which they overestimated quite a bit because we were hearing $130 million on Saturday, making it sound like there was more people going out there. When we got the officials, that was of the 4-day. I think it came to around about $117 million. It didn't. So if you look at how Mario performed, Mario consistently overperformed all of the estimate and the expectations, whereas this one is now starting to underperform. But I'll let Ryan take it away.
It was weird how everything happened with this because Before the weekend, it was, hey, $100 million opening weekend and $120 million Memorial Day. That's what everyone was talking about. Then after Friday came out, the estimates just started shooting up. You're like, wow, maybe there's some positive momentum. Everyone in the media was saying the same thing. $105 million 3-day, $134 million 4-day was the expectation. Of course, no one in the mainstream media wanted to talk about the international number, which was projected to only make around 80 million, which did not look like it had any momentum and continued to get worse and worse, especially in places like Asia. But then, what do you know? We get the actual numbers. Little Mermaid reels in 95 million 3-day box office opening, but is sinking overseas. Only made $68 million. To put that in perspective, that's about half as much as Aladdin made internationally, which is important when you're comparing these movies that were both released on Memorial Day weekend. It tells you that international audiences are not interested in this across the board, whether it's in Europe, South America, Asia. People are rejecting this movie overseas, and even here even here domestically, it sure slowed down because now we have the official $117.5 million Memorial Day debut. I do not know if we have the official Monday numbers or not. That could slightly change, which is kind of important because it could actually mean it's Memorial Day numbers less than Aladdin's, depending on how that official number comes in. But I mean, yeah, this movie did not get received well internationally, and it didn't get received as well domestically as people thought. So it's definitely a disappointment. And that international number, let's just look at this, Jeremy. $68 million at the international box office. Aladdin opened to about $120 million.
Yep.
But look at Aladdin overall. Look at what this movie did. It made twice as much internationally as it did domestically. And that's the same way with a lot of these Disney live action remakes. Same thing with Lion King. That's what allowed this thing to get to $1 billion. If things track the same, and it probably will fall off even worse for Little Mermaid, to be quite honest with you, but even saying it tracked the same and made half the international number, this is still a movie that will struggle to reach $700 million and not break even for Disney.
Yep. And that's the most telling part, because it's real easy to dismiss America as a racist country because they don't like when films like something like Ghostbusters underperforms, or something with identity politics underperforms at the box office or whatever. Suddenly everybody's racist. America is the most racist country in the world or whatever. The reality of it is America's probably the most accepting of this, identity politics BS, because around the world, people are they tend to reject this type of stuff, and it seems like people around the world internationally are rejecting this race swapped Little Mermaid, and that says more about Disney is continuing to lose momentum in places that they have historically utilized very well. Something like Aladdin had no business. Again, I say this as someone, I didn't see the Aladdin movie, but I didn't hear anything great about Aladdin. All right, but whatever. People apparently enjoyed it around the world, and it did okay domestically. Same with the Lion King. While I think the Lion King was a terrible movie, what did it make, $1 billion internationally, Ryan?
It did, like 1.1 billion or something.
That 100% fundamentally changes the conversation around this film. Because if Lion King would have had a bad international run, then that changes the whole entire discussion around it. So Little Mermaid right now, without that international audience, this could be a loss. And hopefully it will be a loss, because again, this movie deserves nothing. It does not deserve a profit. It does not deserve any type of recognition other than being a completely garbage movie based on identity politics that should be widely rejected across the board, in my opinion.
And they have gone all out when it comes to marketing for this. There was a report out that their kind of promotional campaigns, partnering with other brands and things like that, like not Walmart, but like McDonald's and stuff like that, was at an $80 million just for those promo partnerships, which is higher than any other Disney live action remake we've ever seen, which is only less than a couple like Star Wars and Marvel movies that are out there. So the marketing for this movie is going to be an insane number, probably like $150 million. They were desperate to try to get this thing out there, and internationally, it's not paying off for them. Already, the excuses have started. This was yesterday. The Little Mermaid splashes to $164 million global bow, $50 million less, more than $50 million less than Aladdin, by the way. But there's something fishy overseas as Disney pick beset by review bombing.
Here it goes.
And we've talked about the differences between the all audience versus the verified audience scores. We've seen what's happening on a site like Metacritic. It's getting fucking destroyed right now. But IMDb has done something just very blatant. IMDb, it's at a 7. You're like, huh, that's not too bad over on IMDb. Well, look at right here. Unusual activity. Our rating mechanism has detected unusual voting activity on this title. To preserve the reliability of our rating system, an alternate weighting calculation has been applied. Essentially, what this means is if there's a lot of negativity, we're just not going to count in this much.
Yep, that's it.
Because you can see, man, there's a lot of 10-star reviews for this thing, isn't there?
A lot of positive reviews.
A lot of positive.
Yeah,
I'm sure those are
positive
all real.
review bombing. Positive review. Toxic positive review bombing.
There's also a lot of negatives.
There's a lot of negatives.
But look at this. This is what if you don't take the weighting, their display into account, what does this say? 4.7. Very close to what the fan rating is, or the all audience over on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yep.
But it's crazy. We're gonna see a lot of this stuff. There's already been excuses made why it flopped in China. It flopped in China because of racism. Despite that Fast X has made $100 million there. That's a very diverse cast, isn't it?
Yep. Well, I mean, so I have talked about this. I mean, I've talked about this for years. All right. At the end of the day, I believe that regardless of what the actual reviews are, you should let the people's voices stand. And if a movie creates emotional reactions from people, positively or negatively, that's just part of it. I've talked about this for years. Christopher Nolan fans, I'm one of them, are some of the, they're some of the most passionate people about overpraising Nolan movies. They do it all the time. Go look at all of Nolan's movies on IMDb. They're all insanely high rated. And why? Well, because they were positively review bombed by Nolan fans. That's because he creates passion within his fan base. That's just part of it. DC films in general have seen a lot more positive review bombing over the years because DC fans are very passionate. That's just called passion. We've also seen negative review bombing. And ultimately, the chips fall where they may when it's all said and done. None of this stuff is scientific. You know, you just kind of look at the number for what it is and kind of understand the context that comes along with it. Then you have other films that they don't have passion on either side. And it's simply just a reaction between the people that have actually seen it. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with either one of these scenarios. Fandom is buried in passion. That's what it's all about. That's what it's always been about. Passion, whether it's positive passion or negative passion. Passion should never be dismissed. It should always be recognized and taken into account from both perspectives to understand what's going on. Never dismiss it, because once you start dismissing the negative side, then you can't accept the positive side either. You should accept all passion and take it into account.
Yeah, that's really the only way, because the only time they're going to take these actions is not when it's not when there's Reddit posts and Twitter threads directing people how to leave 10-star reviews or 5-star reviews for Rotten Tomatoes. Like, that's actually going on right now from a lot of these Disney stands and these Halle Bailey fans or whatever they are. They're out there with coordinated efforts instructing people how to do this, how to do that. They're never going to discount those. They're never going to do that.
Right.
It's only when it comes to the negativity, which is just laughable at the end of the day. The Little Mermaid had a disappointing opening weekend. When you look at the Memorial Day number, that is going to basically be almost exactly what Aladdin's domestic Memorial Day number was, except Little Mermaid had a bigger opening day, and then it's starting to fall off more. Its Memorial Day is projected to be less than Aladdin's Memorial Day was. I expect we'll continue to see that trend. It probably won't have as good of a hold as Aladdin did. Really early to tell, but that's the initial trends. This is a movie that Disney has to be very, very worried about might flop for them in terms of what they spent on it versus what they're going to get back with this massive budget.
Yep, absolutely. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, I guess the second weekend always tells the story. It always tells the story about how are people actually responding to this. What is word of mouth like? Yada yada yada. Mario was a classic example of that. Top Gun Maverick is another one. That's where you really saw like, oh, this actually has legs. This actually has staying power. Guardians of the Galaxy is another one.
Guardians is a great example. Like Guardians
yeah.
has had incredible legs, even if it's fourth weekend. Yes, it's something like $20 million over the weekend.
Yeah.
And that was obviously a lot of positivity, but this is something that is having a better hold than the first 2 Guardians movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep.
I don't know if anyone expected that, especially after a really weak, you can't lie, it was a weak opening weekend for Guardians of the Galaxy, but it had a lot of positivity surrounding it. Now, if you look at the media reaction, if you look at the way they're trying to present things with the verified audience score and all the articles about it, they want you to think the reaction is very positive about The Little Mermaid, but in reality, it's very split.
Yeah.
And hey, you're making this movie, and you're making this movie for a certain demographic. It was, I think, opening weekend, when you look at the demographic breakdown, it was like 38% of the audience that went was Black and 70% of the audience was female. So, like, you're making it for a certain demographic. They're showing up, but are you going to capture everybody? Is that enough to bank this massive budget that you had and you marketed towards? Are you going to be able to recoup that, especially when you look overseas?
Yep.
That's a question that I think Disney has to be very worried about the answer to right now.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, someone just said it in the chat talking about the reaction to the Sonic movie, the first trailer, and how that negativity was taken into account. And instead of dismissed as toxic fans, instead of, pushed aside and just alienating fans even more, they took those criticisms into account. And they said, hey, I think we need to probably take a look at this. We need to try to listen to what people are saying, take that feedback and apply it. And I think that was a great decision. Literally, if that decision does not happen to listen to the negative feedback and take it into consideration, you never get a second or a coming up third Sonic movie. You don't get it. That is a fact. That is how important it is to simply just listen to the feedback and apply it if you can. And Sonic did that. They did that exact thing. Imagine a world where the Sonic criticism happens and the filmmakers come out and says, this is just a bunch of angry man babies that don't want to accept changes for a modern audience, and we're not going to stand by with this bigotry. Guess what would have happened, Ryan? You know what would have happened. That movie would have failed miserably. It would have lost a ton of money. No one would have went and seen it. People lose their jobs. You don't get a sequel. You don't get a sequel to the sequel. But instead, people listened, and now you have a fairly good, little universe here with Sonic. It's nothing great. It's not going to be, it's not the next, George Lucas Star Wars or something. It's just a decent universe with a beloved character. It's good,
Yeah. Yeah. We will see what happens. I'm sure there's still gonna be a lot of conversations surrounding The Little Mermaid for the next week or two, as we see what it does for this opening week and next weekend. We did get there's a big Rippaverse announcement, by the way.
Oh, did he
that
make it
came
today? I
out.
know he was making it today. And I see you guys. I saw we had 25 from, I believe, Cole Hauser, and Duke Devil 95 gifted 10 Geeks and Gamers memberships. Thank you so much.
Yeah, here we go. Huge Rippaverse announcement incoming. The title and writing team for the book dropping after Alpha Core #1 later this winter. And I didn't know this. He has the Saska sisters on board for a Rippaverse title. Let's listen to this.
Hi, I'm Jen Saska.
And I'm Sylvia Saska. And we're the Saska sisters. And you might know us from such films as Dead Hooker in a Trunk, Casino Able 2, American Mary, and Rabid.
Or you might know us from our comic book work for Marvel and DC, most notably Black Widow, No Restraints Play,
or our independent comic book, Kill Crazy Nymphos Attack. We are huge comic fans, so it is an honor to announce that we will be the writers of Yaira.
Nice.
The writers of Yaira. The book is coming at you guys fast. We're huge comic book fans, and to be able to write issue 1 for a brand new character is the honor of a lifetime.
We've been working very hard behind the scenes, and we cannot wait to share what we've been working on. Thank you so much for reading.
Thank you guys, and thank you to all the Yaira fans. We love you.
Yeah, thank you, Eric. Thank you.
Eric's crushing it, man.
Oh, so Yaira #1 dropping soon. That's another big announcement. So we've had Alpha Core #1, ISOM #2 coming out soon, and then Yaira #1.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And all of a sudden, these big announcements are ramping up, man. So it's awesome to see.
I love it, man.
I like that Eric took his time and got everything done, got the big warehouse, what they were going to need. These things are written already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just going to be ready to go up for this pre-order campaign and get them shipped out and keep on rolling.
Yeah, man, Rippa's crushing it. Shout out to him. Obviously, he's always going at it with people on Twitter because that's what he does, because he's a counter puncher. And we always got his back, and I love what he's doing, man. So can't wait to talk to him more about this on Tuesday night's main event tomorrow here on Geeks and Gamers. But yeah, man, he's doing, again, man. Look what he's accomplished in just a few years here with Rippaverse. Amazing stuff. Love it. Hell yeah.
Crazy.
Cole Hauser says, happy Memorial Day, guys. Salute to you, Ryan, for your service. Was my birthday Saturday. I missed you guys last week because of work, but glad to be here this week, or be back this week. Jeremy, you need to go back and play 05 Battlefront 199 forever. I played Battlefront back in the day. I mean, apparently it's still very, they're playable, online. Is there, you can play, can you still play them online? Or still are they still populated, the OG Battlefronts?
I think you can. I have no idea. Probably can play it on Steam. I don't know though. I have not done it, so I'm not sure.
So yes, you can. Yes, Shaker Maker says yes, you can. Yeah, I've heard that they're still they're still got people playing them. So
have you just been reading randomly, or have you been going from top down?
I was just reading some of the bigger ones, but I stopped at Shaker Maker has his member message, 2 a.m. thoughts, so you can read from there.
Nearsighted Cyclops says, hey y'all, member for a month, thank you. Chef Nick Nero for 199. Ryan, you missed my last minute super chat yesterday. I did. I think you might have sent it in after the stream was done. To me on the back end, it came in after I already ended the stream, so maybe you're a couple seconds behind. But thank you, Chef Nick Nero. I appreciate the super chat, buddy. Kratos Disciple becomes a channel member. Welcome to the 199. Powerfully Weenus for 5. The Little Mermaid movie wasn't as memorable as all the fights and all the theaters all over the Little Mermaid. Yes. Chef Nick Nero for 199 about celebrating LGBTQ Jeremy in June. That must have been what the super chat was about.
Did everybody see this tweet too, by the way? So I went to Culver's and this was in front of me. This is the person in front of me. That was their order number right there. How cool is that? I was like, are you kidding me? What are the chances? Number one, what are the chances I even looked in that direction to see that? It's not like I've ever looked to see, what's the person in front of me's number for their call. I don't, it's not like something I pay attention to. So the fact that I see that and I'm like, and it's got the blue and the white, just like our 199, I'm like, are you kidding me? That is crazy. So I think that was Friday. So that's cool. Shout out to the 199.
All right, let me take a look over here. Hamsters and Elderberries becomes a channel member. Thank you. Cole Hauser for Canadian 22. Happy Memorial Day, guys. Salute to you, Ryan, for your... Oh, I think we said that from Cole. Thank you, Cole. Infinity Flare for 2. Did you get to see some weaves get snatched out, Ryan? Yes, all of them. Ken Zakai for 2. Wellness check on Mahler. He's playing Lord of the Rings Gollum. I heard that movie's fucking terrible.
Game.
The game is terrible.
Yeah. Yes. I've heard a lot. It's really bad. It's really bad. From what I hear.
Stephen Wasick for 5. One review read, saw the movie. Sebastian scared the fuck out of me. Oh, I saw the movie High. Sebastian scared the fuck out of me. That makes sense. CJ for 5. We guys beat Anime Matsuri again this year. Hail the 199.
We will not. We will not. We're doing the Dallas. Geeks and Gamers is going to be there. I am more than likely not going to be in Dallas. Just been a lot of traveling lately, and just so much to put together. But I hope everybody has fun at Anime Matsuri.
Callum Lau for 5. Where am I? Please do a love charity stream of Gary Nerdrotic playing that Gollum game. Oh, he meant live stream, a live charity stream. We'll see. Thank you, Callum. Sophie, member for 3 months. Good morning, you beautiful people. Hope you're doing awesome. Watch the pool stream. Have no idea how to play the rules, but it was hilarious. Hail the 199.
Yeah, we were objectively terrible, but we had a lot of fun, and you guys really enjoyed it. So thank you to everybody who tuned in for that. We really did appreciate that. Ryan, I got to show you this real quick while you're going through all that. So we all know the Scuttlebutt song is the worst thing that's ever existed in the history of the internet. Okay, this is the video. 54,000 downvotes. This comment right here, though. This song is amazing. I use it as an alarm clock, and I wake up an hour earlier just to avoid it ringing. I was like, oh my God. Dude, these comments are so good. These comments are gold. Scuttlebutt is the worst thing. I'm not playing it. I'm not playing it. Okay. So, chat, I'm not going to do that to you. All right. It is the worst thing. It is the worst thing that's ever existed on the internet. If you guys want to see some amazing comments, dude, just go in here. You know,
that's when the fights should have actually broke out.
Yes. It is so bad. I can't believe how bad it is. My goodness. So anyway, God, what a train wreck. I've never heard of this Aquafina person until
you
this.
have.
So
she was in Shang-Chi.
Yeah, exactly. Another movie I didn't watch. So
yeah. Baked Ewok member for a month. Milestone chat. What the fuck do I say? 199. Think that works. Eugenio Alavencia for 5. How do you think the media narrative goalposts will be moved when Miles crushes this weekend, or will Little Mermaid be forgotten and praised? I don't know. I don't know what the next Spider-Verse movie is going to do. It's not like the first one did like crazy numbers at the box office. It did well considering the budget. You know, well, it made like $380 million or something.
Yes. So let's talk about this for a minute. I know me and like some of the other guys on the team have had this discussion. I don't know if you've been part of these discussions or not, because there's always a lot of craziness going on here at HQ. But in your opinion, who is the single most popular comic book character in the world? Like just the character without any bells and whistles and bullshit to it. Who is it?
To me, it's Batman. But I think that in reality, it's either Spider-Man, Superman, or Batman. But
I think there's I personally wish that it was Superman, because I feel like Superman is the icon and he's the symbol, but I feel like he hasn't had the popularity. Yeah. So it's clearly like, if you look at across the board, it's probably Spider-Man, even though I think there's a good argument for Batman. And this is not just specific to movies I'm talking about, whether it's video games, whether it's comics, whether it's movies, it's either Batman or Spider-Man. But I think Spider-Man may have the edge when you look at his box office, when you look at the video game sales, when you look at like Spider-Man is massive, and he kind of connects with the younger audience a little more than maybe Batman does. With that said, so Spider-Man, arguably the most popular comic book character in the world across all mediums. Into the Spider-Verse did fine. I really liked Into the Spider-Verse a lot. I enjoyed the hell out of it. $380 million is not crazy. You know what I mean? It's not that much money when you're considering it's Spider-Man. So do we tie that to, well, it's just an animated feature? Because we see animated movies like Mario or Frozen or Toy Story hit $1 billion, but we don't see like a true animation, that hits those levels anymore. So I don't know if it's because of the Miles Morales element. I don't know if it's just the animation side, because something like Under the Red Hood, which I think is one of the best DC animated films, you take Under the Red Hood and bring it out in cinemas, it's not going to hit $500 million, $600 million probably. You know what I mean?
Probably not. No.
And so I think that's kind of in line with what we're seeing with Spider-Verse. So my point here is that I don't think Spider-Verse is going to do like some massive numbers. I think it can do good. I don't think it's going to crush at the box office based on what we saw previously.
Yeah, I mean, opening weekend for Into the Spider-Verse, it made $35 million.
Mm-hmm.
So do I expect this next one to overperform that one? Yeah,
Yes.
Probably. Because I think I think widely was well received, but again, it's not like it was doing incredible things out there at the box office. It did well for what it was. It made money. It was only like an $80 or $90 million budget. So, hey, made money back. Good job. But in terms of like some massive thing that's just going to take everything down, I don't know about that. If it opened at $35 million, it might not even beat Little Mermaid's second weekend, or you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I don't know what Spider-Verse is going to do. Let me see if they have any, what the box office projections are for it.
And I'm wondering how much negativity is going to be surrounded with that. poster that's in the movie.
I don't know if that's going to have a ton of.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's crazy because I mean, you see how something, the Bud Light thing got so much traction. Target got so much traction. This is kind of flown under the radar. A lot of people aren't talking about it.
See, right now, Across Spider-Verse is projected at like $100 to $130 million opening. It's basically projected the same opening as
you mean worldwide?
No, like
domestically.
That's what it says. But I just don't know if I can see. I don't know if that energy is there for it personally.
Whew, that's hard to believe it can do $100 and something million over a 3-day weekend.
Yeah,
that's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Yeah, and it didn't initially come in at that. The tracking has gone up for it. We saw Little Mermaid tracking go up as well. If it makes that, that's awesome. But I like, just to me, I don't know if the energy is there for it personally.
I don't see it. But again, I really did like the first film a lot, and I don't know if I can't even say I'm excited for this movie. Of course, the little bit of the nonsense we've seen from it, for sure.
I don't give a fuck about this movie personally.
Yeah, I mean, I guess as a film that I liked the first one so much, I just don't really care. I don't have a real passion one way or the other for it, and I don't feel the passion is out there. But clearly, Spider-Man as a character, who's in the movie along with Miles Morales, is we'll see what happens. But 100 and something million domestic that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like something like that. If you thought it would do the same with its current domestic tracking, they're saying it'll make $700 million or something worldwide. That's like the expectation for this movie, which is a lot for what it is. But it could happen. I didn't like the first one. It was just a little bit too silly for me in terms of the different Spider-Verse or the different Spider-Man that they had bringing in. I just didn't enjoy it. And I don't like that animation style either. So not for me. Also, it'd be nice to have a Spider-Man movie instead of a Miles Morales movie. Socrates for 10 for Memorial Day. I'll watch the super chats up to $1,000 on this stream and donate to a nonprofit of Ryan's choice that supports veterans. We'll DM proof to Jeremy.
Say that one more time.
All right. So Socrates McGoat for $10.
Socrates McGoat
for Memorial Day. I will match the super chats up to $1,000 on this stream and donate to a nonprofit of Ryan's choice that supports veterans. We'll DM proof to Jeremy.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Well,
okay.
I'll tell you right now. I guess I would need to check into it. But where I would say you could probably do it is a place that I support already, actually, with a lot of the t-shirts I wear, the Till Valhalla Project. It's basically an organization. They sell shirts and stuff like that, but they do a lot of work for families of service members who have lost their lives, of service members who have, made the ultimate sacrifice to make sure, whether it's, getting these big memorial plaques going on, whatever it may be, to make sure their family knows that their sacrifice is appreciated and they're not forgotten. So that's a company that does a lot of good work, in my opinion. But I'll have to check out and see. I assume they do donations. I don't know if they're a nonprofit, but I'll check them out, Socrates McGoat. But that's an organization that I really support.
That is awesome, man. So thank you, Socrates McGoat. Because I don't know. Do you know the history of that account?
No.
So do you remember? Remember when the whole Tim Pool Eliza Blue thing happened, and there was an account that started Tim Pool's rant called Scroats McGoat?
Oh yes.
And on CobraCast, I said Socrates McGoat when I was reading past it real quick. I thought it was like Socrates, so I said Socrates McGoat.
Pretty good.
So to let me see if I can highlight that one. Let me find it. Can you highlight, or where was it at?
Socrates McGoat.
Yeah, was it a message or was it a super chat?
It was a super chat. Right here.
There we go. There we go. So for Memorial Day, I will match the super chats up to $1,000 on this stream and donate to a nonprofit of Ryan's choice that supports veterans. Will DM proof to Jeremy. So whatever we make in super chats today will be matched by Socrates McGoat. So shout out to you, man. That is awesome.
Thank you,
Hell yeah.
Socrates. That's awesome.
Hell
There's
yeah.
obviously a lot of good ones out there, whether you're looking at Folds of Honor, Gold Star Family. There's a lot of stuff out there. So we'll figure something out and make it work.
Right now, super chat revenue for this stream is at $172.48 right now.
All right. Laura Lynn Lance for 2. Hold on. Actually, Laura Lynn Lance for 2. 199. Good morning, G&G. Hugs for Jeremy and Ryan. Thank you, Laura.
Thank
Tony
you.
V for 5. What's worse, Little Mermaid's international box office or Jeremy's Trump DeSantis takes? Hail the 199. Thank you, Tony V. M. Parker, Mr. Parker, member for 2 months at the 199. Thank you. Bastard Luigi for 5. I think it's great there's a movement in the gay community to stand against groomers, but did the acronym have to be GAG? Keep kicking ass, boys. GAG, gays against groomers. Yeah, there you go.
And I guess we should probably apply gifted memberships to the super chat revenue. So,
I think we can do that.
So we'll tie that into. We just got 10 more gifted memberships from TJ. So right now we're sitting at 23 members. So we'll keep tabs of that too. So I will show you. Hey, get a special treat today, ladies and gentlemen. Normally I'll show you my back end on Cobra Cast. We're gonna show you our back end today at the end of the Geeks Gamers stream.
Well,
G dash. Woohoo! Oops, there we go.
G dash for $100. I'll forgive you for being part of the Alphabet Alliance right here. I'm afraid, Ryan, Jeremy made a video that is the sign of the end times, especially with Biden in office. Hey, you're not wrong there, G dash, but thank you.
So, and Alec Baldwin's finger just dropped 100 as well. Holy shit. Lord Thoth dropped $22 for the veterans. You guys are amazing. Thank you. So real quick, here's how YouTube works. Okay. YouTube is a double-edged sword. And there is a system in place. And if you understand the system, if you work to understand it, you can do pretty well on this platform. Freaking, like, we've been losing subs on this channel for like the past few months, and it's not because the channel's not doing good. It's because we've been live. All this is a live streaming channel. Live streaming is not good for growing on YouTube. It's really negative. It's a really bad thing for growing. It's great
if that's all you do. Yes,
that's all you do. But I have not been making videos. So last night when I uploaded that video, I haven't looked at it since we started, but the video is doing pretty good. We've immediately gained like 150 subs as soon as I, uploaded that video overnight. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's how crazy the YouTube system is. But we were like at negative 300 subs in the past 30 days. And I'm like, I guess I got to start making videos again. And I was happy to see all of you in the comments. You guys are the best. So thank you. Hayden just drops $100. Holy shit, Hayden.
Oh my God.
Bro,
what the fuck is going on right now?
Oh my goodness.
Essen for $100 for those we've lost, for those we can yet save. Thank you, Essen. I appreciate that. One of the other reasons I like Till Valhalla Project, because they do a lot of work in terms of helping veterans who are dealing with suicidal thoughts. For those of you who don't know, 22 veterans a day on average take their own lives. It's several times higher than the normal average person. Veterans have a big problem when it comes to suicide. So yes, 100%, Essen. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
No, it's just, and here we go. It's just $200. Salute. This is why G&G and all of you are the best. I don't know who Socrates McGoat is. Socrates McGoat just made all this happen by having a good heart and being respectful of those that have given us all the opportunities we have. I've said this before, like the reason I have such massive respect for people that served for police officers and all that, they're doing a job that I chose not to do. And the reason I have the ability to choose to not do those jobs because other people have put their, you know, their lives on the line and sacrifice so much, and it's given me an opportunity. I can have problems with police officers and some of the ways they behave. And look, I'm the first guy. As soon as I see a cop on the road, I'm like, fuck, start slowing down, making sure, I hope he doesn't come after me. But like, I respect police, I respect military, I respect veterans, I respect people that are out there, putting it all on the line for us. And they're getting shafted all over the place, and it's great to see so many people rally around it right now. So
yeah, you guys have just completely broken the chat at this point. Also, shout out to the 1,400 people watching us over on Rumble. We appreciate you guys over on Rumble. We'll get to some of those Rumble rants here in a little bit. But
oh my god,
yeah. So okay, we're
on the front page of Rumble. You guys over here on YouTube are just. You guys have, this is gonna be one of those other crazy streams. By the way, we're at 50,000 followers on Rumble too. Holy crap, guys.
Yeah, so all right, let me get through some of these $100 super chats. We'll get to all of them. Biden's last surviving brain cell for $100. Doesn't say anything. Probably because he doesn't have two brain cells to rub together. But thank you, Joe Biden's last surviving brain cell for $100. Bruce Flash for $100. Appreciate all you do, the amazing content, the entire G&G team. Hail, brothers. Thank you very much, Flash. $300. This is $300 from Raider03 for the vets and their families. Hail the 199. That's insane for $300. And then $200, $199.99 from Rennie Guy. Shout out to the protectors of the greatest country on earth, 199. Thank you, Ryan Guy. And then Anna Malcolm, the libertarian nerd, for $100. You guys have absolutely blown it the fuck up. I think you matched that.
Yes,
that limit that Socrates McGoat put on it. He was going to match $1,000. So thank you guys so much. You have blown it away. You guys are crazy. The Geeks Gamers crew, the 199, always coming out and supporting.
And we'll we'll do some stuff too on our end. I mean, Ryan is obviously plugged into this world very well, so we want to make sure people know that the Geeks and Gamers and the 199 supports our veterans. So thank you guys so very much. I see we got a $20 Rumble rant for Pepe Payne. It says, as a vet myself, I feel like these companies are pushing the same Marxism. I lost friends to prevent. Stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Rumble is giving 100% of rants to creators. Absolutely. Rumble is crushing it. And yeah, we are on the front page of Rumble right now. So I love what Rumble's doing. I'm going to mention somebody I've never seen it probably more than 5 seconds of their content, but they signed Mizkif. I think it's his name. Mizkif?
Yeah,
is that his name? Yeah. All I know is he's a big creator and he's well connected to that world. He's got some stuff going on, apparently.
Yep, I'm not a big Mizkif guy. Yeah,
I don't know much about the guy, but what I'm saying though is it doesn't matter. Like Rumble's making waves.
Yeah, they need to have different type of content creators on the platform. It's one of the things they're definitely doing. And speaking of Rumble, we've got a Rumble rant from Pepe Payne. For
I just read it.
You read that rant?
Yeah. Right after the $100. That's why I was talking about Rumble. You can read it again.
You read, as a vet myself, I feel like these companies are pushing the same Marxism I lost. Okay, I didn't even hear that one.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Pepe Payne.
Buckface McBooby says, you honestly think Jeremy reads these chats? How the hell would I highlight your comment if I didn't read the chat? I've been reading this LOL 3000 trying to troll us for like the past 10 minutes too, and still not banned. And it don't need to be banned as long as he's not spamming. But yes, I read the chat. I read all the chat as much as I possibly can anyway.
And then Pepe Payne had 2 earlier Rumble rants that I wanted to hit for 2. Says Universal is doing an all ages Pride Night on June 8th. Y'all still think Universal's better than Disney? Inside the Magic has an article. Y'all got to let these companies go, bro. That's news to me. I'll look into that though, Pepe Payne. We'll take a look at that. That's the first I've heard about a Universal. Well, like, I'm not surprised that they might have a Pride thing, but in terms of like if they're doing like a fucking drag queen shit or something like that. That would be surprising to me, but I'll look into it. Thank you. All right. Eddie Brock for 249. Ryan, Bree's a Chanel jury member at Cannes. I know, of course. Brie Larson should be. I'm glad Bree's over there doing her thing. All right. She's having a good time. 199 affiliated member for 2 months. She's got legs, you idiot. All legs aside, happy Memorial Day to the 199. Thank you.
And there it is. I highlighted it just for you. Ryan, I got to call you out on something.
What?
You have been claiming that you are the reason for this turnaround for Brie Larson. Now everyone loves Brie.
Well, I don't know about that, but I think the tide's turning. Yeah,
you're not the first G&G'er to profess his love for Brie.
Okay.
Lethal Lightning was the first.
That's true.
Lethal Lightning was the first. So
he was the first, but did he have any impact whatsoever on Brie's career?
I mean, it's tough to tell. He could have been the person that planted this seed, and now it's grown. You know what I mean? Just saying
know about that.
Just saying.
Hey, Lethal has always been Team Brie. I'm not going to take that away from him. But I will say everything for Brie Larson changed once she acknowledged me and respected me and liked my tweet and has been following all of my social media stuff ever since, quite obviously. Even though she was like, her fans were like tagging her relentlessly. They were demanding that she like unlike this tweet, that she block me. She didn't give into that shit. She stood strong. And hey, I just appreciate what Brie's been doing. Letting the tits hang out lately too. So everybody's a big fan of that. Everything's looking up for Brie Larson right now, to be honest with you.
We just got another Hyundai. Where did it go? There it is. Jorge Barracuda with the Hyundai. Holy crap.
Thank you,
man.
Jorge.
So again, for if you're just tuning in, Socrates Magoat is going to be matching up to $1,000, all the super chats. So essentially, you're going to get $1,000 donation to whatever fund is it. Did he say whatever you would advise?
Whatever kind of veterans organization or charity or whatever that I wanted. Yeah.
Right here, right there. So that's how all this got started. And so thank you guys for, again, just coming together as a group and making something cool happen. We've seen this happen quite a few times on this stream. You guys make this show, you drive this show. And again, that's a testament to all of you. So thank you. And again, thank you to everybody on Rumble as well. And we're almost matching viewership on Rumble as we are YouTube. That's how great we're doing over on Rumble. So again, wherever you're watching us, wherever you wherever your preferred platform is, it's appreciated. And we thank you guys so much. And again, today, maybe just if you're out and about, see a serviceman, just walk up to them, shake their hand, tell them thank you. I know that's happened to you a few times, Ryan. And
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a great opportunity, tell a veteran, thank you for your service. But we should be remembering, not just people that have served, but the ones that did make the ultimate sacrifice. That's what this day is really all about. And, any veteran will tell you that too, because at the end of the day, the very same people that gave their lives are the reasons that current veterans who are still living and still doing things day to day, we have an opportunity to still be free, because of all the sacrifices people that came before us made. That's what Memorial Day is all about, is remembering the people that fell, honoring their memory. And I know a lot. So there will be some people out there who are like, you shouldn't be celebrating it. It's not something to celebrate. You should be, thinking about, I can tell you this, the people who fought and died and gave up everything, they did it so you could go out and grill, so you could spend time with your family, so you could laugh, so you could be at ease. Like, that's why they did these things. So absolutely, you should go and celebrate and have a good time, but just take some time to remember all those people today. And all the families who are still dealing with that loss.
Do you have a favorite song talking about like military service and all that? Like there's so many good country songs, man, but like one of my favorites is Some Gave All by Billy Ray Cyrus.
That's a good one.
Holy crap, that one's good. I also like Arlington, Trace Adkins. If You're Reading This by Tim McGraw. Holy shit, that one.
Those are all really good ones in terms of kind of, especially after you've served. To me, one of the most patriotic, regardless of whether you're talking about veteran or not, just American song is obviously "God Bless the USA." Like
Yes.
like it doesn't matter when, doesn't matter where, that song always kind of gives me chills a little bit. Yeah.
You know me as a Trump guy, I love when he comes out to that song to his rallies, and it sets a perfect tone. It sets a perfect. I was watching Patrick Bet David the other day, and I can't remember. He had somebody on, and they were talking about how Trump makes that entrance, you know, with his jet and everything, and he does like the flyover, and he plays like Into the Dangers, you know, Danger Zone and all this stuff. But then when he goes on stage, he always does, you know, Lee Greenwood is you know, and it's like,
and then he ends it with YMCA.
Only Trump. Only Trump. I am shocked that you got the Nazi word in this super chat, Recip the Cripple.
Jesus. They're like, hey, if it's over $100, you can say whatever you want.
I can't believe you got that thing worked in there. Oh my God. From one racist Nazi to another, and to all the men and women who have lost their lives in service, we thank you. I'll never be in the military, but I'll keep fighting to keep free what you fought to make and keep free. That is awesome. Shout out to
Thank you,
sir.
brother.
That is awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Hayden says, wow, how? Yeah, Hayden's like, I've sent my share of, you know, $100 super chats. I've never been able to put that word in there. I don't think we should make that a habit, guys. Okay. I just want to say, I don't think we should make it a habit of using that word in super chats. That will probably not be good for the channel. So.
Probably not. We got to talk. We'll get back to the super chats. We'll hit them all before we end. We do got to talk about another thing that I did put in the title here. And that is Black Aragorn.
Oh,
now, for the last couple months, we've seen times where there's been pushback against Wizards of the Coast for these new Magic the Gathering cards featuring race swap characters. Not like Lord of the Rings of Power, where it's like, oh yeah, we did change this one person's race, but we also then added all these new characters to diversify, blah, blah, blah. No, this is Aragorn we're talking about. We're talking about them race swapping Aragorn. And yesterday, they put out yet another tweet that has a lot of attention. And Aragorn gave it a new name and called it Anduril, Flame of the West. This is fucking Aragorn. Tolkien is rolling over in his grave as these people continue to bastardize and destroy his legacy. Now, there's a lot of hidden replies here. I do like this one by Charles Kahn.
That's my favorite one.
It's not that far off.
Lord of them Rings.
Return of the Kang. The virtue signaling stops at the Chinese border. More like Aragorn pays some child support. Yeah. There's a lot here, right? But that's just the fucking replies that are still there. Just think about all the hidden replies. Okay, and who's the guy holding it? The blacksmith? What Madagascar meme? Why are you black? Discount Aragorn won't see a China release. This is not Aragorn. Gondor has no Kang. Gondor needs no Kang. Aragorn looks like he's about to destroy a McDonald's. Right? They're getting fucking annihilated. And rightly so. Like this is something that means something to people. When we see these franchises, these IPs, these stories, these characters that are bastardized all in the name of identity politics and to push a woke agenda, this has been around for decades and decades. People care about this shit, especially Tolkien and Lord of the Rings fans care about the lore. And when you do something this blatant, and really it is disrespectful to the source material and everything that came before, to blackwash things like this, it's laughable. You've even got people that are trying to get people fired. This guy, David Levitt, the same dude who was the one who tried to cancel that Target Tory girl over a toothbrush, if you remember that.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
The same racist Nazi fuckers who complained about a black elf in Rings of Power and a black mermaid in New Lord of the Ring or New Little Mermaid are now throwing a fit because there's a black Aragorn in the new Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering set. I fucking hate how many racists are in the board game space.
Jesus.
It's not a black Aragorn. Aragorn is not black, right? And he even goes so far to like this. Let's see if I can find it here. It would be a shame if Chris Anderson's employer and friends found out he's a racist.
Good Lord, man.
This is all this guy says.
That's terrible.
That's a badass sword, awesome artwork, but that's not Aragorn. You're just pandering and it's pretty pathetic. It's insulting too. Just make an original badass black character, leave Aragorn the way Tolkien created him. All about ESG pathetic. He just labeled this person. He labeled this person a racist and is trying to get him fired for this.
Holy shit. My goodness, man. These people are deranged beyond belief.
Yeah, and he's obviously getting a lot of pushback too for his take, but you know, we saw it when they previewed these cards. We've seen them promote it. We've seen them try to push all these stories of black people crying because they can see themselves in Aragorn now. This entire thing is pretty despicable. It's not just blackwashing fiction. They're trying to blackwash real history when it comes to Cleopatra. We just saw that on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like a targeted attempt, and people are standing up and they've had enough. It's not racist to push back against something like this when it happens to something you care about.
No, it's not. And again, for that guy who literally said like, "Hey, just create a new black character," like he's being labeled racist. The line of being a racist, the left has moved this so far into a place that it shouldn't be, that it's laughable now. That's why we meme on stuff. That's why we, have fun with it, because these words are meaningless. I sound like a broken record. I've said this 1,000 times, but it doesn't mean anything to be called a racist anymore. It means nothing. When I was growing up, when someone was labeled a racist or a sexist, that was a serious, serious accusation. And it carried a lot of weight. And you were like, oh my God, this person's racist. That's terrible. They didn't stay away from this. In reality, like where we are now with it is that just means that you disagree with them on something. And sometimes it didn't have to be about race. They'll label you a racist for any fucking thing. Anything. They'll label you a racist for having an American flag. Like they'll label you a racist for anything. It's so ridiculous. But this is what the left has done to entertainment, to and the corporations are just as much to blame for this as well, because they push a lot of this nonsense. At the end of the day, black people, white people, non-white people, treat them as individuals. They are not chess pieces on a board, but corporations think that that's what they are. They think that if you're a non-white person, you are a chess piece. You are to be utilized so they can virtue signal. And that's why people like us call it out, because in reality, individuals should be treated as individuals. That's it.
Yeah, I do not think that whole set drops in like a couple days or something. I don't know how many Tolkien fans are going to be excited for Black Aragorn. He's described a very, very specific way in the books for a reason. That is not it. People freaked out when Viggo Mortensen had the tiniest bit of a beard, because Aragorn's not described that way, right? So the fact that he had a little bit of like a week-long beard, people were upset about that. So things matter, details matter, especially when it comes to the works of J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yep. Passion goes back to that passion argument. Go ahead.
Ryan's top teeth with a gift membership. Thank you. Bruce for $10. Ryan, can you share the link for that company? The Till Valhalla project. I could probably find it.
Mr. Gill says, thank you both for being a port in the ideological storm that is YouTube. Happy Memorial Day and never stop fighting. Thank you so much. ESPN Sports announcer number 2. It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off. That's pretty good.
Cliff for $10. If Disney fulfilled the rumor of Gordon Ramsay playing Eric's castle chef, I might have seen it. The sequence of him chasing Sebastian with a cleaver like the original would have been hilarious. I can't believe they cut that out. Like, to me, that's a very memorable scene. The French chef, whatever scene. But that was not in this movie at all, in any way, shape, or form. Annie Malcolm, Anna Malcolm, the libertarian nerd for 2 months. Remember, Says Spider-Man is the most popular and biggest selling superhero. Most individual searches, most merch, most media sales. Batman is second. Happy Memorial Day, fellow vet. Hey, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sure the numbers do probably support Spider-Man being top tier for sure. And he's like he survives whatever iteration, whoever the character is. It doesn't matter. Whoever the actor portraying him is, it almost always does phenomenal. Although the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man were pretty bad.
They didn't do that bad at the box office though.
No,
like they
well, the first one did okay. The second one was a lot lower than they were expecting.
I think the second one made more, didn't it?
I don't think so.
Let's see.
Maybe it did, but the trends of it were definitely the trends of that film were bad for the studio.
Let's see.
Those probably had to be the two lowest grossing ones, though.
It made a little bit less. Amazing Spider-Man made $750 million at the global box office. And Amazing Spider-Man 2 made like 710. So a little bit less.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the budget, it's still good return for them. Let me see what those budgets were. $200 million. Look for this other one. Yeah, well, the second one might have made more of a profit, honestly, because it was a little bit lower budget. Dude, the Amazing Spider-Man had $113 million in video sales.
Yeah, I think this one guy here is he's just spamming the chat to the point where it's just annoying. So let's clean up this account. He's just spamming the chat with bullshit. So I'm gonna ban him.
Okay.
So, it's just spam. So there's good fun trolling, and then there's just spam and spam and spam. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Streaming has really fucking destroyed the video market. Like Amazing Spider-Man 2012 made $113 million in DVD and Blu-ray sales. That's a fuck lot of money, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's so much money. Anyway, Aaron Chase for 2. What do you think about Transformers? What in general? You talking about people? Or are you talking about the movie that's coming out? I don't know.
The we were talking about this last night. It was during the gaming stream, and I was just talking about like the G.I. Joe universe and how to me it's from a heroes and villains from the top to the bottom. I thought it's probably the most there's more characters, more well thought out characters and fleshed out characters than any universe in terms of just like there's so many iconic villains, iconic heroes, more so than any universe. Now, there's other universes that have top heavy characters and things like that. People brought up how Transformers has a very, very deep roster as well. And they do. There's a ton to Transformers. It's not just Optimus Prime. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot to Transformers universe. But yeah, I just in terms of the live action movies, I mean, I grew up with Transformers just like G.I. Joe, Thunderhawks, Thundercats, Silverhawks, all of that. Those are the kind of properties, and even He-Man to a lesser extent. But with the Transformers live action films, the only one I like, 2 of them. I like the first one, and I like Bumblebee. I hate the rest of them.
Fedor Dankstoyeski for 2. Happy Memorial Day, guys. Thank you. Lord Thought for $22 for my fellow vets. Thank you, my friend. Pilgrim Media for 2. My Uncle Fred Blackie Swenson killed in action at the Bulge. Wow. Well, thank you for your uncle's sacrifice, Pilgrim Media. Appreciate it. Mr. Peckerwood for 5. To add to the super chat total to help veterans, families, and piss off that clown MCU fan who doesn't know that Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Thank you. Elsid Barrett for 22 for the veterans. Thank you, Elsid. We appreciate it. General Duality for 2. Hail to the veterans today. Thank you, General Duality. Antonio S for 10. My first ever super chat is for a good cause. Great job, guys. Thank you, Antonio. We appreciate it, man. Rosie Toes for 10. Thank you for your service, Ryan, and also everyone in the chat who served. Thank you, Rosie. Dr. Quagsire for 5. Heard Lego had an LGBTQ commercial. Comments ready to ratio. With coming Pride Month, do you think things will get worse through June? Hail the 199. I think we're going to see more pushback than we have ever seen before this June.
Yep.
I think there's going to be a lot of it, but I think we're going to see more and more like a stronger pushback from normal people than we've ever seen before. Shaker Maker with a channel membership. Thank you. Red Tigress for 20. Happy Memorial Day. Respect for Ryan's service and for the total for the vets. Thank you, Red Tigress. Appreciate that. Hangry is angry for 10. Good morning, guys. Love what you're doing. I simply had to chat so more funds would be going to charity. It's a win-win. Saw Kandahar movie this weekend, and it was a nice little movie. Yeah, it's a Gerard Butler movie, which apparently is doing shit at the box office, but I probably want to see, like most Gerard Butler movies. Thank you.
It's crazy. I thought he was going to be a bigger star after 300, you know?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be like a really big player, and he just really never got any traction. He did okay. He did okay.
He's a guy who would have had a better career if he was acting in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just those, like, throw him in any fucking action movie.
Yeah.
And it works. I liked Plane for what it was. I like a lot of Gerard Butler movies, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think he's he's definitely a name, but I don't think he's a big name. You know what I mean? So
I like it when he stays and sticks to fucking action shit. I don't like when he did that movie with Jennifer Aniston. What was that called? It was like a
Bodyguard or something, or
no, he was like a guy who brought people back when they were when they like ran from bail.
Bail bondsman.
Yeah, he was a bail bondsman.
Okay.
Who I think he was trying to capture Jennifer Aniston and bring her back because she ran out on her bail. Some shit like that. I don't know what that movie was called. Bounty Hunter. Maybe that was it. I don't know.
Bounty Hunter. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, Bounty Hunter.
Is that what it's called though?
I don't know.
Hey, everyone's saying Bounty Hunter.
So
all right, there you go.
I guess it was this one. I thought Bodyguard. And I know Bodyguard is Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner, but I just thought he was a bodyguard, so it's a bounty hunter is what he was.
English Batchers for 5. Happy Memorial Day, guys. Great stream as usual. Thank you, English Batchers. Clinton Hausch for $10 for the vets. 199 Unite. Thank you. The Hidden for $10. First ever super chat for the vets. You guys are crazy today.
That's amazing.
Thank you. NCU fan for 10. My grandpa fought in the Civil War. We love our Civil War veterans. And thank you, Ryan. That's insane, NCU fan. How many great grandpas is that? Let's see. Nargardal or Nagranol. I can never say this.
Nagranol.
That's what it is. Nagardnal for $10. For the veterans, thank you for your service, including those we lost. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you, Nagardnal. I don't know how to say it, man. Queen Clarity. Where was that? Fuck. Queen Clarity for 5. I work this Memorial Day. It just breaks. My break's at 11, so I can watch at least 45 minutes of the stream, but I have to go now. Well, you can't hear me read this, then I'm sorry. Hail the 199. Hail Queen Clarity. Scott McKenzie, member for 10 months. Hail the 199. Honoring the fallen and their families' freedom is not free. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you.
Shout out Scott. Scott McKenzie's good peeps. Scott McKenzie is like a big supporter of Cobra Cast. Also disagrees with my take on certain things on Cobra Cast and still supports me. That's the type of people I can rock with. That's awesome. So
Bill Sotheby for 1776. Remember the fallen. Thank you, Bill. Trevor T for 199. Play the I Got News for You clip for MCU fan 199.
I got news for you.
Green-haired anti-liberal, member for 14 months. I can't swing much right now, so here's my member chat. Love Till Valhalla Project, Ryan. Great company. If not nonprofit, maybe you can buy merch up to 1K. We'll find something. There are a lot of very good veterans organizations. Gold Star Family is obviously a great one, and that's going to support people who the family members of those who did sacrifice everything. So that might be a good one too. We'll figure it out. But we appreciate you guys.
Yep.
Aaron Chase for 5. What do you think about the Transformers movie?
Yeah, I'm assuming
I don't care about the one coming out.
I have no desire to watch the one coming out. I have none whatsoever. I remember the last Transformers movie I was actually excited about was the first Mark Wahlberg one, and I was like, they're going to change the game here. They're going to get us back on track, and it was awful. But again, I wasn't excited for Bumblebee, but I did go see it and I really liked it a lot. But I wasn't looking forward to it at that point. They had done ruined my goodwill.
I just really like thinking of the box office, just bringing it back to Spider-Verse. It's projected to make more than Guardians of the Galaxy opening weekend.
That's just
that's kind of what the projections would be, right? Between 100 million, 130 or whatever. Like that's real. That's what you're talking about. Guardians was $118 million opening weekend. Like that's nuts if those numbers hold. Drew O'Connor for 10. Hey, you guys. I hope you come back to Arizona, Phoenix area. I'd love to chat and hang out. I want to come back to Arizona. I want to go and see the guys from Meta PCs. And by the way, this is the last day of the Memorial Day weekend sale for our friends over at Meta PCs. You, with any purchase, obviously you still get the discount if you use the code GEEKS or use code 199. There is a link in the description below. But in addition to that, this Memorial Day weekend, and it's still running through today because it's Monday, you can get a free mouse and keyboard with the purchase of any PC.
Yes.
So go check out our friends at Meta PCs this Memorial Day weekend.
And we've moved quite a few over the weekend. So thank you guys for using those promo codes and supporting Meta PCs. Good stuff.
To Maria Hargis for 10 from another veteran. Support have helped me, such as the homeless veteran that helped me get to my housing voucher. Well, thank you very much, Maria, for your support and for your service as well. Thank you, Maria. A feline named Vagina for 1776 says freedom. Thank you. Angry Yeti TV for 5. I need electrical work done. I can't work and the VA won't pay me 100%. Any ideas on organizations that might be able to help me with this? As cringe as it sounds, I would check out like Facebook. I would look for like Facebook veteran groups in your area and maybe ask them. That's what I would do. That's as cringe as boomerish as Facebook may be. I feel like it's really good for that type of local community stuff, getting answers to questions like that.
Hey, Facebook groups are, I mean, and I don't use Facebook anymore, but for a long time I did, but Facebook groups are a very, very good way to connect with people. They really are. They really are.
I'm on Facebook. I put some of my videos over on Facebook. I've almost got 2,000 follers on my page. Kind of a big deal over there, right?
Look at you. Going full Ben Shapiro on us.
Trying to. Let's see. Mr. Parker for $5. Thank you. Kizzy for 5. My grandfather used to say, remember those we've lost, but also those who came home changed forever. Addiction, loss of limbs, suicide, sanity, 100%. It impacts a lot of people. Super Base for 5. God bless the fallen warriors. Thank you. NCU fan for 199. Lord of the Rims. Oh, Lord. Thank you. Dave Filoni's dog for 2. Ryan, does Jeremy abuse you the way Dave abuses me? Not in that way, Dave. Filoni's dog. Stumpy for 5. Lord of the Rings needs more black elves. They were excellent archers and always hitting targets. Thank you.
The Alpha Warrior Show over on Rumble for a $10 Rumble rant says, been re-enjoying the great 80s throwback movies. Recently found you guys and enjoying your shows. Well, thank you. And we do have 2,000 people watching us on Rumble right now, 2,200 on YouTube. A record-breaking day for Geeks and Gamers Daily. Thank you guys so much. And again, follow us on Rumble if you have not. We're over 50,000 followers over there.
Just the fact that like you log into Rumble and you just see Mickey Mouse angry at freaking eye-rolling black Little Mermaid with a nuclear explosion in the background.
It's literally the opening of the fucking website. We're on the front page of the website.
Yeah. So shout out to Rumble.
I like their new categories, by the way. Reshare that. So they got these new categories. It's kind of like how Twitch has categories, but you can actually find people. And I think that's a really good addition right there. So again, this right here, you go back, Ryan, scroll up to the top. All right, you're a Rumble user. You go here and this is what you see. That's what you have to start seeing right there. Different stuff. You see Zelda, you see Fortnite. You know what I mean? You see Minecraft, GTA. TV, movies, like it is moving away from not being just that, political site. Politics are important. Keeping voices are very important. No doubt about that. There's sticks right there.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
you've got like look at the pics right now. You've got the fucking power slap shit. Dana White's the dudes are just slapping the shit out of each other. So you got
Mhm.
sports, you've got the lo-fi chill beats, you've got Lotus Eaters, and then you got sticks, right? You got some politics here, and then you got Miskips first.
Yep.
One. You got gaming, live, sports. Hey, look at that. Sports Wars.
There
You can
we
see
go.
Sports Wars over there.
How
I
many
think we got
followers is Sports Wars at now?
probably like 30,000, 27,000 almost.
Look at there.
Doing
Look
all
at
right.
there. So hell yeah. So that's good stuff, man. And again, for the longest, when you go to Rumble, it would just be, and again, you guys know it doesn't bother me, okay? But it would kind of be Trump central. You know what I mean? It would be Trump, Sean Hannity, Dan Bongino. You know what I mean? And again, those are obviously people that need to have platforms and be featured. But having culture and having gaming and movies and sports and all of that, that's how you become a legitimate YouTube competitor. Rumble's crushing it.
Yeah, they really are. Let's see. Kizzy for 5. Okay, I get the issue is race swapping rather than creating a new character, but that art's incredible and he's tall and handsome. Could be worse. It's not Aragorn. Like, it'd be like, hey, can you make me a picture of Michael Jordan? Someone draws the most incredible art ever of a basketball player, but it's Sean Bradley or something. It's like, okay, that's not Michael Jordan. You know?
Right.
Fedor Dankstoyevsky for 20. We have Black Aragorn now. Where's my White Blade and White Black Panther minis for Marvel Crisis Protocol? Also, Black Aragorn doesn't make up for sending thugs after a kid that got leaked cards back. Just saying. Yeah, they sent the Pinkertons. I don't know if you heard this story, Jeremy. They sent the Pinkertons after someone. Did you even know the Pinkertons still existed?
No, I didn't.
They sent the fucking Pinkertons after someone over Magic the Gathering cards or something like
What?
that. Yeah.
You got the story?
I mean, I could try to find it.
Oh no, don't worry about it. I don't want to derail. I didn't know if you were about to pull it up or whatever. So.
No, but that's just from that chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Resef for 5. I'm a racist Yahtzee KKK cripple. You have no power over me. Thank you, Resef. Ocean Breathes Salty for 5. Real men have beards, you two handsome devils. Well, hey, thanks.
Well, only one of us has one. I don't even know. Is it fair? Do I have one at this point? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's there.
I don't know. Beardo keeps saying that he's like, it's actually gonna, it's coming in really good. In person, it looks
better than it looks.
It looks a lot better in person. I look super Amish on camera. But
yeah, you do. Carlos Estrada for 2. Aragorn met Eowyn at a Popeyes class for Chimp Out. Thank you. Hot Dice for 5. MCU fan I heard with 8th grade takes. Yeah, bud, racism bad. Also, people who actually read like something called character continuity. Thank you, Hot Dice. Red Tigress member for 13. Hail to those who gave all for this and respect to the military for what they can do for young people. Personal experience from a family member. Thank you. James Bella for 5 or for $10. Donate for the vets. Thank you, James. Fan Guy for 30. Thank you for your service, Ryan. Happy Memorial Day to you. Well said about the ultimate sacrifice. The CEO of BlackRock said in a public interview they need to force consumer behaviors, hence Black Aragorn. That's not very free to me. Hey. Thank you, Fan Guy. I appreciate the kind words. I'm wearing, with people asking about the Tilval, I'm wearing one now. Land of the Free, Home of the Brave on the back. So they're cool. I like them. I've always liked them, and they do good work. Anak Mama for 2. Tyler Perry's Aragorn meets Medea. Davish becomes a channel member. Angela Richter for 10. To Jeremy for working in a done ruin my goodwill in there. All hail Southernisms.
Southernisms, that's right. Ain't been long 8. That's another one. So if you haven't eaten in a while, I'm like, are you hungry? I ain't been long 8. I mean, you just recently eaten, so I ain't been long 8.
Jesus.
Roll Tide.
Like, people think that, oh, Ryan, I can't believe you hate all these kinds of people. No, I hate everybody, to be honest with you. Like, just hearing that's how Jeremy speaks. Like, come on.
I can confirm, like, this whole narrative that Ryan hates just like black people or something. Ryan hates everybody. Everything makes him angry. Everything makes him sigh. Everything makes him shake his head in disgust.
Roll
it doesn't
my
matter what
eyes,
it is. He
Like,
hates everybody.
if you like a different Taco Bell sauce than me, I pretty much think you're fucking scum.
Yes. It's just who he is.
Hmm?
This whole fucking like stupid, like, oh, Ryan hates everyone equally.
Equal opportunity. That's what I'm all about.
That's why he's the chief diversity, representation, and inclusion officer for Friday Night Tights.
Brendan Bellman for 199. Is FNT meetup in Atlanta a possibility? I don't know if I'd make it out, but I don't know about Atlanta. It's pretty close to us here in Florida. So,
Alec Baldwin's finger says Ryan doesn't hate me.
Nah, you made me a lot of money, so you're all good.
He don't miss.
He don't miss.
Alec Baldwin don't miss.
Let's see. Davish for 199. My grandfather was a Marine. Hail the 199. Hey, and hail to your grandfather. Pavlo John for 5. Quick question. Are you guys in the FNT crew going to Asheville in June? If so, is an official type meetup. I think it's mostly just Gary and maybe a couple other, maybe Quarter Blacks go in there too. I think it's more for their like what's the show Gary does on Sundays?
Oh, the thing with Adam and
with Adam and Quarter Black, Forbidden Frontiers.
Mhm.
I think it's more that type of thing. I don't know for sure. I don't know exactly what's going on there in North Carolina. I don't plan on going.
I know, like people like see like how much support we get on these channels and everything, and it's like it probably sounds crazy for me to say like from a budget standpoint, I've had to cut back on traveling, but the reality of it is I'm spending more money right now than I've ever spent with, you know, HQ, with bills, with payroll, with everything, and so I've had to make some business decisions to just cut back traveling. That Vegas trip was so expensive for me. And again, a lot of it's because I don't fly, or I don't like flying anyway. And so, but even flying from that standpoint, like it's right now, I'm trying to, like I told Ryan this, like I'm going to start making more videos for these channels, you know, because the growth has kind of slowed down, even though the live streaming has been great. But I'd love to do more meetups, and I've kind of got to take a step back for a few months though, kind of get back on track, because the traveling is very expensive. Shout out to Joe Biden for these amazing gas prices and all the, inflation going on and prices of food and everything. Just great job, Joe. Great job.
All right. Where are we? Dr. Quagsire for 5. You guys made me go watch Tropic Thunder. Funny movie. Very on the nose. What actors would do to please the audience? Would modern TT version work? I think if they came out with Tropic Thunder 2 right now, it would do way better than the first one. I think if you came out with Tropic Thunder 2, it would do incredibly well. I don't think they would make it though. Even that with Ben Stiller saying that I held no apologies, I'm proud of what we did, whatever. I don't think they would make it.
I don't think it would. And even if they didn't make it, they would still be neutered. As much as they want to say that they're not going to apologize or whatever, they would still neuter it. A remake.
Ajax Skyline for 20. Hey, Jeremy and Ryan. Speaking of Aragorn, have you guys seen Queen's Studio in art 1/6 Aragorn? Badass. Did you like 1/6 figures? P.S. Awesome answer to my question last night, Ryan, on your live show. Well, I'm glad you remember it. I don't. I don't remember what I said when I was live, but thank you. I would love to have a bunch of these 1/6 figures. I don't have anything like that. When I see Az and Gary's collection, I get jealous. I just can never justify spending some of the money on that shit. But I think those things look awesome.
That freaking Bale Batman was amazing.
Yeah, it was. Mike Hill for 10. What do you think about Chris Hemsworth doing the voice of Optimus Prime in the new animated movie? I didn't even know that, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm game.
I haven't really heard it yet, I guess. I haven't paid attention to it when it's been on there. RD Means for 10. The Dallas meetup will be my first gathering of the fellowship. Hoping to see both you gents there. Also, gluing your pubes to your face doesn't count as a beard. I will be in Dallas, so you will definitely see me, RD Means.
We got Jolly Roger. Ryan, is Social Blade close to the numbers that YouTubers make? Because if so, you are on a roll, and so is Josiah. Hell 199. Jeremy, make some videos. No, I mean,
Social Blade gives you a range. So like it'll look at my channel, and full disclosure, in May alone, I've gotten like 11 million views on my channel. But
crazy.
Social Blade, you'll look at Social Blade and it'll tell you, wow, for 11 million views, the estimated revenue is between $5,000 and like 85,000. It'll give you some like outlandish fucking range.
Mhm.
So they're pretty, they're pretty far off. But obviously, it's been a really good month for me. I've been
Yes.
working my ass off. So
11 million views in a month is crazy. I don't think I can't remember. I know G&G hit 10 million a couple times when I was grinding. I don't think we ever, maybe you got over 12, maybe, but I don't remember for sure. But that's crazy. And Josiah's probably right around that number too per month.
probably.
So
Josiah's cruising right now.
Yep.
Thank you, Jolly Roger.
And yeah, I am back. I'm going to be making more videos. As a matter of fact, where's the video at that I uploaded last night? Let's see.
Anakmaman for 5. Ryan isn't really a bigot like R Lee Ermey in Full Metal Jacket. He thinks everyone is equally worthless. Exactly.
The 73,000 views so far. That's pretty good. So I think it'll probably hit 100,000 views. So that's nice, man, to have a first video in months and gonna maybe hit 100K. It still could die off quickly and not hit 100K, but even still,
Bro,
that's
some
a
of
success.
my videos will get like 16,000 views in an hour and end up around 50K.
It's so aggravating when that happens, dude. It's so aggravating because I've told you this before. So when Geeks Gamers first growing, I'll never forget the first video I ever had hit 10,000 views in the first hour, and it was like 300,000 views, and that was kind of my standard at that point. I'm like, okay, if I get 10,000 views in 1 hour, guaranteed 100,000 views, and that was pretty much the standard for a long time. And then something crazy happened, and then I was getting like, I remember I got like 25,000 views in the first hour on a video. I'm like, oh, this could be like a million.
This would be a million views. Yeah,
never hit 100,000. I'm like, what?
Things like I can't sit there and complain. My videos are doing fucking awesome. My Black Aragorn vid that I just released got 23,000 views in an hour. So
nice.
Can't complain about that. But yes, we're blessed to be able to do this for sure.
Yes.
And the fact that you guys continue to give us so much support, it means the world to us. So thank you very much.
Absolutely, well said.
Sierra Tan for 5. I know you guys are busy, but I missed your political streams. Hope you're able to get it back to it later. Maybe we can't. It's
so much going on.
Yeah, this stream is obviously taking a lot of my attention and time for every single day of the week. But yes, hopefully we'll be able to get back to it at some point. To be honest, I've been fucking like, I'm over it. I'm fucking over. I want it to be November already. Let's just get the fucking primary done with, because I hate seeing paid DeSantis influencers and paid Trump influencers, like just seeing who can spread the worst lie about the other person when 4 months ago they were sucking each other's cocks. Like,
so
I'm tired of it, man.
You're 100% right about like, and I'll get into this later probably on like Cobra Cast, but like Laura Loomer and like trying to go after Matt Gaetz. I'm like, what are you doing? What the hell's wrong with you? Like it's getting ridiculous at this point. So I'll talk about that later tonight though.
Yeah.
Like Matt Gaetz literally shows up the next day with a MAGA hat on. You know what I mean? After the DeSantis announcement, and you got Laura Loomer going after him over this. Like, what is wrong? What? So
yeah, this is not like primaries are primaries. Primaries are fine. There's nothing wrong with primaries. They should happen. This is different. Feels different. And I think there's a good portion of people that are not going to vote for the other side, depending on whoever wins. Like, so it's not going to be like on the other side when they're going to vote for anyone with a D in front of their name. I just don't feel like it's going to be like that. So We'll see. I just want November to be here already. David Murdoch art for $20. Blackwashing isn't just racist pandering, it's engineering. It keeps eyes off Africa. If you point people in that direction with their stories and heroes, you'll find culture and values antithetical to progressivism. # drag the dead. Thank you, David Murdoch. Very poignant super chat right there. TJ for 50. God bless our vets and those we lost along the way. Hail to you all, and thank you for keeping me sane. P.S. I'm an electrician in the Philly, New Jersey area. Hey, there you go. So to, was it Angry Yeti TV who was asking about that? Angry Yeti TV. Maybe if you're in the Philly, New Jersey area, hit up TJ.
Hell yeah.
The Carnivore Trucker for 10. Till Valhalla. Hail G&G and hail to the vets. Hey, thank you very much, the Carnivore Trucker. Clear sight for $1 over on Rumble. Orc Bro thinks he's tough, but in reality, he's just a big, green, constant, angry baby. Thank you, Clear sight. And I think we read Alpha Warrior Show, right? Alpha Warrior Show for $10. All right, cool. And we are all caught up. We still got 2,000 people watching over on Rumble and on YouTube. You guys are crazy. If you're new here, it's your first time, hit the follow button over on Rumble. Over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button.
That's right. And we will be live tonight for Mario Kart here on the main channel, also on Rumble, also on Twitch, also on Kick. We'll be on all those platforms, all the Geeks and Gamers platforms. So I'm looking forward to that. And again, I want to thank all of you so much for today, and not only just for today, but for every day, every single day, the stream. And again, big shout out to Ryan. Ryan makes this thing go, and he's the MVP here, and really do appreciate him, and appreciate all the brave men and women that have served. And because of you guys, we're gonna have $1,000 donation to a some type of service charity.
We'll announce it. We'll figure out where it is.
Yeah.
We'll make the announcement, whether it's Folds of Honor, Gold Star Family, something like that. We're gonna do something good. So big shout out to, was it Socrates McGoat?
Yes,
for making that happen today. That was all him.
Yeah, so
or her,
well over that. So well over 2,300 totals on that, and then the members is what we have now. So thank you guys so much. Amazing stuff. I will be live for Cobra Cast as well after Mario Kart tonight. So we'll have Mario Kart, and then we'll have Cobra Cast. Ryan, do you have anything going on today?
Just a bunch of videos. Same thing I do every day. Try to take over the world.
Pretty much doing a pretty good job of that. And go watch my latest video here on Geeks and Gamers. Let's see if we can get that thing to 100,000 views. And I will be making more videos. I will make a lot more videos. I will be making them, probably uploading them late at night. The overnight algorithm seems to be very good for this channel when I upload overnight. So I'll have some more for you guys later for sure. And
Sleazy for $10. Hail all, my first video to get over 1K on Sleazy Society. Congrats, Sleazy. Great job on your first video breaking 1K. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
And then Christian Wolf for $5. Do you think Ron could win over Don voters if he promises to pardon Trump in the event that the latter ends up in legitimate legal trouble?
He already did.
He's already talked about that. And I think that's a good strategy and a right one as well. A just one. But I will say only if Trump tells them to.
Trump won't do it. Trump will fucking burn the thing down. So
yeah, so that's really what it would depend on, in my opinion.
And in my opinion, he should not bend the knee to anybody after what they've done to him and all the fucking lies that have been spread, and the FBI and the Clintons and the fucking Obamas and all the bullshit that they've done. The Russia bullshit. But again, we'll discuss that on Cobra Cast. So no, I don't think Trump should back down one fucking bit. Hold ground. They fucked you over more than anybody we could ever, no more than we've ever seen. So no, hold your ground. Fuck them. So anyway, all right, but we will definitely be live on Cobra Cast tonight, and I'll talk more about that. Sorry, I know this is Geeks and Gamers, but Ryan, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. And we will let you guys know, be fully transparent with you when we work out whatever the charity is we're going to work with, and we will be fully transparent with all of you, and we do appreciate it. So happy Memorial Day. If you see a veteran, shake their hand, let them know you appreciate them. I think that would probably, again, I think that's cool, right, Ryan? When people come up and shake your hand and say stuff, if they're aware that you're a veteran, does that make you feel good?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
usually what it makes you feel is like, wow, I didn't do enough to be worth this, but it's still, it means a lot when anybody says that.
Yeah, I hear you on that. And again, thank you to everybody on Rumble. Rumble still has 2,000 watching, so that's crazy. I think we hit like 5,000 total concurrent viewers from between both platforms today. So thank you guys for that. We'll be live again tomorrow for Geeks Gamers Daily every single day, Monday through Friday, and then Tuesday night's main event tomorrow. Mario Kart tonight, Cobra Cast after that. Have a great night, and we will talk to you.
Real quick, Fyodor Dengstoyevsky for $5. Honestly, DeSantis should have waited till 2028. Spend the next 4 years making sure Florida's productive and bodying Disney. Thank you, Fyodor.
Hell yeah. And thank you guys. And one more time, Ryan, Meta PCs, give them that shout.
Meta PCs, Memorial Day sale. It's still time. You can get in on it. In addition to the discount that you get when you do use the code GEEKS or 199, you can follow the link in the description below to actually go to the Meta PCs site, get your custom PC, whatever you want. In addition to that discount on Memorial Day weekend, this is the last day. You get a free mouse and keyboard with any purchase of a PC.
So thank you guys. I got several notifications that you guys were supporting us on Meta PCs yesterday when you use those codes. There's like 3 or 4 different sales that we got, and of course that helps us out a lot. They've helped us out a lot, so really do appreciate it.
Spartacus, happy Memorial Day. God bless those that gave some, and God bless those that gave all. Thanks, Ryan, for being among the brave warriors. I don't deserve that, but I appreciate it, Spartacus. Thank you.
Subscribe to RK Outpost. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to all of you later. See you on Mario Kart. Bye, everyone.